countdown has begun. All right, love you. All right, welcome to another exciting.
Oh, her.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. There's nobody over there to tell me they love me. That sucks. Welcome back to Marginal at Best. Meh. Another episode. Meh. And puppy dogs running around. The puppy dog's running around because Pud just got home. So how's Rob? I'm sorry, Hamburglar.
I was trying to think of a good one.
Robble. That's she. So what's pissing you off today? Robble.
Well, that just reminded me of something.
Oh shit.
Does the Swedish Chef actually have a name in the Muppets?
Swedish Chef. I don't know.
No, but they're all right. Anyway.
I don't normally flirty flur, but when I flirty flop, I flimdy flower. Or whatever that fucking shirt said. Hang on a minute. I gotta look it up now. I don't know when he's well, what's his name? Anyway. So I don't know if the Swedish Chef has a name or not.
I don't know why. It just came to mind all of a sudden. I was thinking of names, and he started doing the hamburger sounds. Well, some other ones actually just make just strange sounds. And I was thinking Beaker. Then I thought, wait, yeah. Oh, wait a minute, Swedish Chef. But does he have a name? Just Swedish Chef.
I don't know, but in my collection is Kermit Unpigged. That great CD of the Muppets plus the stars. But the best one is Ozzy and Miss Piggy doing Born to Be Wild. That one's good. So what's on your mind? Besides everything.
I have decided something.
Okay.
It's really sad. We're in our past middle age. I'm not getting the exact age. Ish.
Oh, hell, I don't care if everybody knows. I'll be 55 this year. So are you. Ha ha. Yep.
So anyway.
Hey.
No.
Dude, like cheese. Smelly and moldy. I'd say I'm like a bottle of wine, but if you get a 55-year-old bottle of wine, it might revert back to grapes, which I have seen before. My parents had a bottle of wine, and it was up in the cabinet, and it was there forever, and it literally there was sedimentation, I guess that's what you call it.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the jar, or the bottom of the bottle. Yeah, it was gnarly.
You sure we don't age like buttermilk?
Yeah. Like cottage cheese.
Yeah. Let that at room temperature. Oh, yeah.
Like white and nerdy. I'm whiter than sour cream. That's so white.
Speaking of sour cream, no.
Hey, hello. Unlike you, I have none of my original color left. It has all gone. You still got some of your original color. You ain't all gray or white or platinum.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Dude, it's disheartening. So I love Paul Hicks to death. One of my all-time best friends. Love the guy. Can never say a bad thing about him because the guy is just he's just a killer friend to have. I made a Tumblr for him,
right,
with a Motley Crue on it, and we met up yesterday so I could give it to him. Dude, he's our age. His hair he's got a solid head of hair and ain't a gray one on it. And I'm like, whatever. But he's funny.
You can tell him, man's talking to him, he sucks. We're gonna get him on one night. When can we get him on?
I already told him I'm gonna get him on. It's just like Tyler, Paul. We're gonna get Alex. Actually, I went to grocery shopping the other day, and one of a former associate, he wants to come on, but he also wants to learn how we do this because he wants to do one. I'm like, dude, I'll show you what I do. It ain't hard. Everybody thinks, I guess everybody has that impression, or what is not impression? What's the word I'm looking for?
Assumption.
Assumption. That's it. That I guess you need to have, $100,000 worth of equipment and a studio and editing and producers and all this other shit to do this. And yeah, that might be true if you're Joe Rogan or, I don't know who else is big in podcasting besides Joe Rogan. But anyway, that's only, and I've never seen one. Well, Michael Rosenbaum, when he does his podcast, yeah, they've got multiple camera angles and a nice room to shoot it in and all that other shit. And it's like, dude, we just sit at our houses and video chat pretty much and record it. That's about it.
Yeah, we babble.
We just, you want to try and do something that's, entertaining and interesting. And we still haven't, but we're getting there. This is our 6th episode. We still ain't done anything entertaining or enlightening or, I don't know, educational.
I'll stick with that one. Enlightening, maybe to a very, very very small, minute sliver of society.
We're not going to get into the intellectual part, that's for sure.
No.
That's like we've barely touched, like I said, when I told you when I was looking all this stuff up on how to do all this crap, it says make a list of at least, 25 to 30 episodes so you're not running out of ideas. Hell, we ain't even touched my list. I mean, we've dabbled in it, but we haven't actually done like I keep saying, I want to do an episode about this or I want to do something about that. And yeah, we haven't done it yet. So
put on a big wheel, spin like the Wheel of Fortune type thing.
I'll get Christian to put it on the dartboard that I gave him, and he can throw darts for me and then text me what it landed on.
What does it land on? Okay, that's what we're not going to talk about tonight.
Anyway, before I interrupted you, I'm sorry. Mr. Middle-aged.
I forget where it was.
You're talking about us being old.
I do that all the time.
No, you said something about it. You started talking about us being middle-aged or...
No. I was talking about our age and knowing how, from the what we did for a living, what I just still do for a living, what you used to do for a living. We were retail. We understand where things come from.
Yeah.
There's a video I was watching this weekend. It was a gentleman. He's a contractor, does landscape and whatnot, has a bunch of men working for him. And he's telling a story of going to a lady's house, actually rather wealthy woman's house, just doing the yard work, doing all the shrubbery, doing all the trees, doing all this stuff.
Bring up a strawberry. You said it.
I did.
We want a strawberry.
The night you say me.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway.
Landscaper, wealthy woman.
No more Monty Python. No more Monty Python. And she had fruit trees in her yard.
Yes.
Apple trees specifically. And a couple of the workers just paid off an apple and were just sitting there eating it.
Yeah.
He didn't know about it, whatever. They were doing yard work, trimming and stuff. And talked about how she came outside, came straight to him, the owner of the foreman, whatever, going on about how they're eating the apples.
Yeah.
And he was just mortified. Oh, I'm sorry. They probably should have asked for. I'm so sorry. I'll tell them don't pick. And she's like, no. They can't eat those. They come off the tree. And he's just looked there. Yes, ma'am, they do. Those aren't for eating. You know the apples that come from the tree, the apples that come from the store.
Well, there's a difference. And when you get to the end of this, I'll tell you about a video I watched because I made Josh watch it.
Well, it brought up a whole little series of little videos like this of people that there's another young lady talking about she had a fruit tree in her yard
Was it a
for
lemon
years.
tree?
Yeah, you saw that one, the lemon tree. Yes.
The lemon tree. Oh my God. I had to, because, Josh is in culinary and he just happened to come walking out of his cave at the exact moment I was watching this dumb shit. And she's like, I mean, it's like you're sitting there, she said her friend came over and said she was going to cook or do something. And she went to the store and bought lemons. And her friend's like, well, you got a lemon tree right
Lemon
outside. She
tree
goes,
right
yeah,
there.
but she goes, yeah, but I bought these from the store. And she's like, well, why did you buy them when you've got a whole fucking tree of them out back? Well, those aren't
Right.
the ones you get at the store. And this bitch was like, and the thing that killed me was at the end of the video, she's like, am I the only one that knows this? And I'm like, no, you're probably the only one that doesn't know shit. Well, I take that back. You're just fucking stupid. Because, and then, well, I mean, how many goddamn times did we hear the idiots that are like, the fucking greeny weeny veggie eating dumb shits that sit there and go, why do you hunt? Meat comes from a store. It's like, where the fuck do you think it came from to get to the store, you dipshit?
I got one better for you. I got one better for you. Got one better for you.
But you know what I'm talking about. I mean, we've
I know
gone in.
exactly
How
what you're
many
talking
of them
about.
dumb some bitches do you hear online? I mean, are you really telling me that there's people out there that think that fucking meat just pops in? Like, there's a fucking plant out there that just makes this shit and they bring it to the store. It just magically appears like the fucking cows that are in my front yard. They don't realize that that's where the goddamn meat comes from.
I got one better for you. Happening this weekend. This matter of fact,
Jesus.
this weekend we have T-bones on sale. T-bone steaks. You know what a T-bone is? I know what a T-bone
It's
is.
better. It's better. Hey, it's better than a porterhouse.
But basically, if it doesn't have a large enough fillet on it, it's in your strip with a bone on it. That's all it is.
Well, New York strip better than T-bone. I'm ass.
Well, yeah, exactly. Same thing, just got a bone on it. Well, it was a couple that was out there, and the husband's trying to tell her, we'll just get a couple of these T-bones. And no, she doesn't want it. She wants New York strip. I just have to be walking by. Like, no, I don't like those. I like T-bones better. I like New York strips better. And he's like, it's just the same thing. She goes, no, it's not.
I
And he
mean,
goes, he's standing there. It's like, baby, it's the same. It's the same steak. It's the same thing. She goes, no, it's not.
tic
That was
tac.
grown. This was her comment. It had to make me stop for a minute. She goes, that was grown with a bone on it. That was grown with
With a
a
bone.
bone on it.
So, what you're saying is that there are boneless cows out there, apparently, that are just kind of oozing along the fucking ground.
I had to walk away.
Like the fucking
I had to
horse
walk.
or Ren and Stimpy.
You,
Oh God,
you
the
get these.
pain.
You think you want to look around and go, somebody is messing with me. I know somebody is just pulling my leg. Somebody is just
Where's the
sitting there here to
camera?
fuck with me. It was
Goddamn Canon camera.
grown, not raised like an animal, grown with a bone on it. It comes off the T-bone tree that has the bones with it.
Yeah, I
Grown
mean,
with a bow on it.
it's right next to the porterhouse tree and the fillet tree and the chuck tree and the tip
Oh,
tree and
I've got many
bottom round
customers. They
tree.
will, they if it's got a bone on it, they won't touch it. They will not
Shit,
touch it.
you remember? You remember how many damn bone-in chucks we used to sell at Winn Dixie back
Oh,
in the
good Lord,
day?
yes. Oh, good Lord, yes.
That was the roast to get.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was as big as
Nine more.
as big as you had, but I mean,
9 more.
oh, I know.
Bone in pork chops and all those. But it was that phrase. It was grown with the bone on it.
Grown with a bone on it. Wow.
And now this
Now,
person,
how many times?
this couple I was
Well,
talking to, you think they're like teens, early 20s?
No.
Easily late 30s, 40s.
Well, duh. Well, it's just like, I mean, and it's kind of segues into the not knowing what the hell they're looking at or talking
A
about.
segue.
I mean, yeah, a segue. What's a segue?
It's a headway.
What's a
That's it.
headway? I don't know, about 3 or 4 pounds.
Bump.
But I couldn't tell you how many times I had somebody come up and they're like, "Can you help me pick out a steak? I don't eat meat." I go, "What the fuck are you picking a steak out for? If you don't eat meat?" "Well, it's for my boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, wife, whatever the fuck." And you're like, okay.
Oh, with
And
the
then you
ones,
say then they always come up with well, what's the best one out here? Well, that's filet. Well, that's too much. Well, you asked me what the best fucking steak was, Nimrod. What do you think I'm going to do? Point to a fucking bottom round or an eye round? God damn. I mean,
wait,
think before you fucking think.
you mentioned the don't eat meat ones. You know, I get them every now and then. Oh, we don't eat meat. No. We don't touch meat. No steaks, no roast. We eat meat. You look in their buggy, they got hot dogs, bacon, they got
Yeah.
smoked sausage, they got sliced ham and sliced
Yeah.
turkey, but they don't eat meat.
No, no, no.
No. Don't eat meat. Chicken nuggets. That's the one that kills. Yeah, you're eating chicken nuggets. You're right. You're not eating meat. That's for sure.
Well, it depends on the nugget. Chick-fil-A nuggets are chicken. They're good chicken nuggets.
Hey, don't be
You
talking
know,
down on McDonald's pink slime nuggets.
listen, you know who used to, and me and Lori were talking about this the other day, and I haven't had it in forever, and I don't even know if they still do it or not. But you know who's
Checkers fries from a
chicken?
Checkers.
Oh, that was no. We were driving down Lawrence, and
That's one in
yeah.
Augusta, by the way.
Well, there was one in the little downtown or underground thing at Dragon Con, and it closed. Remember, the first year we went, I took a picture and sent it to you.
That's right.
I was like, "Look what I got!" But chicken that I haven't had that I used to love, and like I said, I don't even know if they still do it. But Long John Silver's used to do chicken. Remember?
Oh God, you used to have the batter on it. It didn't have. It
It
wasn't a
had the
crispy
same,
crust. It was a batter, just like they use for
but it was
fish.
yeah. But they
Yeah.
did this. They did chicken, but in the same batter as the fish. Oh, that shit was so good. I don't even know if they do it. I mean, it was like it's almost like a tempura, kinda. But yeah, it wasn't just crumbs. Like I said, I don't even know if they still do it anymore. But oh, that stuff was good. I used to love that.
No,
But then it's like, hey, let's go to
John.
a seafood place with a wife that doesn't eat seafood. Doesn't work, so we don't go. So I don't get to go. So it kind of sucks.
Well, I found a
But
copycat recipe, but apparently they still do it.
oh, okay. Well, like I said, I couldn't tell you the last time I've been to Long John Silver's.
Kind of like Captain D's.
They even
Was last
that
time you've
place.
been to a Hmm?
They didn't close. I thought they closed.
No, you can still find Captain D's around. There's
Oh,
still one
okay.
down in Waldburg. Is that one still in Seneca, or are you
Uh,
closed?
hell, I couldn't tell you. I don't pay attention. It might still be there. Hell, I don't
Well,
know. I'll
it's
tell you
like
somewhere
Rodney.
we got to go. I want to
Where?
try Culver's.
Yeah, I do want to go try Culver's one day, but every time
I
I go
want to
by
try
there,
it just
there's a
because.
line.
But I know, but they've got two of my favorite things: butter and burger, and they put it together, and they got a butter burger. Like, what the hell?
Let me tell you what Rodney found. He and Stacy and his granddaughter Chloe, they actually did a road trip, went down to Florence and went to a Bucky's.
Well, I mean,
And
shit. I couldn't tell me people
he
here talking about Bucky's, Bucky's, Bucky's.
he said it's worth a trip to go see a Bucky's if you got one nearby. But he said not quite sure if it's worth a trip from up here to down to Florence to see one. He said, but when we get one in town, go. But that's beside the point. So the towns they were going through to go down there, they weren't taking main interstate because it was in Rock Hill, and of course
Yeah.
Bucky's over in Florence. They found in their travels through, they found a Quincy's restaurant that's still open.
Wow.
I said, wait. Did you go in and get the yeast rolls? He goes, first thing I ordered. He says, made sure they still had their yeast rolls. He said, we went inside and ordered it. It was awesome. But a Quincy's. When's the last time you saw a Quincy's?
My God. That's just like po' boy. Oh no, Po Folks. Po Folks.
Po
That's what it
Folks.
used to be called. Po Folks.
The last Po
There
Folks
was
I
an
saw
all you
was
can.
up in. Why am I hearing myself?
I don't know.
Hearing it from your end.
No.
Yeah, I can hear myself. Hey, it was a lag.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
can
mean,
hear it.
I don't know.
Hang on. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. I can hear it.
And you're hearing it through the speaker to the microphone, I guess, whatever delay that is. But there was an all you can eat place in Anderson. Is up there in the
Duffy's.
where what was it?
Duffy's
Duffy's?
had the
Okay.
rotating
Oh,
buffet thing.
yes.
Yes.
I used to
We
love
used to come
going
up for
there.
the cattle auctions over at the Clemson University every February.
Yeah.
And we'd stay in Anderson. And we use it now. Let's go back. This is back in the 70s, mid 70s to early 80s. Um, it was still where La Quinta Inn is now.
Yep.
It was the Best Western.
Yep.
We stayed there a lot. We had to go down. The only hardware store we could find was White Jones Ace Hardware
Yeah.
to get the tubs and stuff we needed for the cows to be able to take out there to be able to water the cows and stuff like that. You know, give them water and something to put feed in if we forgot to bring any of our buckets of troughs with. The movie theater was behind us. That was the only thing behind us. There's nothing else back there. Just the movie theater.
Yeah.
Red Lobster was there the entire time. It's going. That place has been around forever. But we would. There was Belvedere Plaza. The mall was just this little square thing with buildings inside. Was it? You went in the front door of the mall. Right, the first thing you came to, I think it was Eckerd's Drugstore.
That's been a while.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I knew that because we had to get. My sister had an allergic reaction to something. I forget what it was, but yeah, the Duffy's was across the road in Belvedere Plaza.
God, that place was so cool. And the
Yeah,
food was
just
good.
stand there, watch it just come around that little
Yeah. You just
circular turntable to
you
you.
waited for what you wanted to spiral by you.
Yeah.
Everybody had
It goes
little,
into
like little
the wall
yellow
with a couple
booth.
of dips missing out of it. It comes back out. It's whole all over again. You're going, whoa.
Well, I mean, you had your own, but I mean, it's like you had a little booth you stood at, and you
Mm-hmm.
just waited for it to come to you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a cool place. But that's
So I
yeah.
think Po Folks was up around there somewhere too,
Po
wasn't
Folks,
it?
we had a Po Folks in Seneca, and they used to have the best sweet tea. That's the one thing I remember
What?
about Po Folks is they had some damn good sweet tea.
Last one I saw was years ago in Gatlinburg. Remember I still had the red tomato?
Yep.
Back then in Gatlinburg. And it had been a long time.
Yeah, it has. Is Acropolis still in Clemson?
No, they closed a long time ago.
Okay.
Grisham sold that a long time ago. That's now a smokehouse type thing.
Wasn't sure.
They talking about a smokehouse. They do the smoked oysters and all that stuff right there beside the TD. Still there.
TD's in Tiger Town ain't never going anywhere.
Oh no, those
It's
two
like
are
the
just
Esso
locked in no matter
Club.
what.
Well, it's like the Esso Club. Esso Club's been there forever and a day.
Well, is Nick still downtown?
No,
Or Sloan Street Tap Room?
I don't know. Those I don't know. But I was like, just trying to figure out what.
Backstreets is gone now, no, isn't it?
I don't know.
Key
Well, they're
Street
built. I
Cafe
mean,
and Backstreets and all that stuff.
dude, you're like me. I remember when Backstreets was that, and then it was nothing, and now it's like it's to the freaking skyline.
Well, it's like when you drive through Clemson now. It's like you're driving through a valley.
Yeah,
Everything's just so tall and up above it and everything else now.
and it's growing everywhere. Everywhere you blink, it's more and more and more and more and more.
How do we go from Clemson growing, from restaurants to Clemson growing?
I don't know. What was the apart Golden
Goldman's is
Woods?
where you used to live.
Yeah. Have you been
Yeah.
around there lately?
It's been a few, latter part of last year, I drove through there. I
Jesus.
said, I'm just going to drive the old haunts to see what they look like. It don't look nothing like it used to.
I was gonna say, Lori and I were going to get put from school one night from the play. We had to go. We went through Clemson for something. I think we went and got food. And anyway, we were going back, and she said, "Look over there." And I looked over, and where you first, right before you hit 12 Mile Beach,
Hmm?
when you're coming right off of the trestle. Well, now, yeah, you go under the trestle, over the hill. You start going back down. You would hang that right to go to Golden Woods and
Yeah.
everything. But
You hang
we
that,
were,
you hang it right because you have the water right there and you come around behind it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we just kept, we were going straight to the school, and where that first big pond is,
Yeah.
right there on your right as you're going towards Daniel, all you can see is rooftops in the horizon.
Really?
Nothing but rooftops everywhere. I was like, holy shit. I couldn't believe it's grown that much. But, whatever.
Well, it's like
Progress.
some of the buildings that are still the same in Clemson. Like, you remember the old Winn Dixie in Clemson,
Yep.
which is now a church? But the liquor store is still across the road after all these years.
Yeah.
And the
Them kids
old, well,
liquor.
yeah, the old, it's the Chinese hibachi place, but it used to be the Shoney's.
Yeah, I remember. Do you remember when Shoney's was held up and the
Dude, I was there
hostages?
that day. I wasn't in
Oh, you were
Shoney's.
with
I was at
You were
work.
with Dixie. Okay, because
I,
you were working at that store and I was working in Seneca when we heard it. But it was one of my best friends at the time, Kurt Eccles' girlfriend, Amy Carls, was a manager there that day.
well, I had to go to work that day, and the road was blocked off. Where I lived over on Old Stone Church Road, so I'm
Yeah,
just coming around, and I couldn't get through. They had it blocked off, and I went through campus. And, came up 93. Came up from
yeah,
93 and went up that way. And of course, it's still blocked off. I'm like, what is going on here? So I drove down, went underneath the trestle, went back to what was it, University Ridge
yeah.
back there. I parked over there, and I walked over the railroad track and come around the store. And so I come walking in the store. David Grant was the store manager at the time. He goes, "How the hell did you get here?" I went, I walked over the tracks. There's something going on down the road. I said, what's going on? Because there wasn't a single car in the parking lot other than us. He goes, "They got a hostage situation over here." Well, where? He goes, "Over at Shoney's." Wait,
Yeah.
really? We go outside, all of us from the store, and go walking down the sidewalk. Remember old Jerry's video there? Past TCDY, past Jerry's video? We're back down there on the corner watching the SWAT team and the SWAT van behind Shoney's. We sent one of our cashiers over there to get pictures with the Polaroid. And
Nice.
they posed.
Do you remember the
Kim
arcade
Sharp.
that used to be there? Remember the video
Oh,
arcade used to be there?
oh, good Lord, yeah.
I spent a lot of money in that thing. That was fun. That was a cool place too, man. Go there and play video games, the good old video games.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of video games, if the opportunity ever shows itself for the right price, I will buy myself a pinball machine, and it will be Twilight Zone.
Not Bride of Pinbot?
Nope, dude, Twilight
Gotta be
Zone.
Twilight Zone, huh?
Twilight Zone. That was the best pinball machine. I love pinball. I mean, video games were great, but I loved playing pinball because it took some skill, but the game was never the same.
Is that what Keith had over
Yeah, Keith
um
had Twilight Zone for a while. Well, he had that one, and he had that cue ball wizard or whatever it was.
I know there was Bride of Pinbot at
He had Bride of Pinbot, then he had
Nick's.
Twilight Zone, and then there
Well,
was
Nick's
one cue
had
ball
Bride of
wizard
Pinbot
or
also.
cue ball master, was something like that. But nah, man, yeah, give me a. And that's one of the things, and this is why I keep telling you, you got to come to Dragon Con because they have you've got the buildings, and I don't know what the hell they call them, but besides buildings, because they're buildings.
Buildings.
But the one building is where you have all of the merch and artist alley, which is cool because it's like 3 floors, 3 or 4. It's like almost 4 floors of nothing but merch, and then you got like artist alley, which is the top, which is where all the artists are, so you get autographs and all that other shit. And then another building is nothing but gaming, and like the bottom floor, and this is where Trent would probably go to do the D&D stuff. Is that one building? Because they have one building that's specifically nothing but just gaming. And dude, they're gaming everywhere. They're Magic the Gathering, D&D, Pokemon, World of Warcraft, any of that shit. Anything that's a role playing game, they're playing it. But the next level is video games and pinball machines. And
You realize we'd never leave there for days, right?
I don't care. But you got to come down one time.
It'd be worse going to going to a casino for us.
Yeah, but it's cool. Because but that's the thing is all the games are, and that was so the last time we went and we played some. We actually played some video games, which was actually fun as hell. But most of the stuff is free. I think it's free. You don't really pay, but it's just cool to actually just like I was playing Miss Pac-Man, Galaga.
There used to be.
They have a ton of games there, and I'm talking like you remember the old 4-player X-Men?
Oh yeah,
that one. They have that one.
4-player X-Men. See, I remember the old games like Golden Axe and all those. You do 4-player Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Rampage.
There was Rampage. Oh my God!
How stupid of a game! Pow, 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 pow. Yeah, and you're beating on a building.
Joust.
Joust is
there
another
you
one.
go. Joust and oh God, all the old
older games. Double Dragon, the original Mortal Kombats, Street Fighter, which was Tyler's thing. Tyler was a Street Fighter fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
He was good at Street Fighter.
When I was in high school, down in Charleston was Old Fox Theater. And it was over off Rivers Avenue. Okay theater, nothing fancy about it. Nothing fancy about the sound or anything. They didn't get the first run movies. They got the B movies and stuff like that, or got them after they ran through all the other theaters first. It was okay, but the really cool thing about it was they had a huge arcade in there. You could pay one price and then go in and play all the arcade games.
That's cool.
No money in them, nothing like that.
Nice.
We go to it every now and then and forget to watch a movie. Just sit there and play the arcade. Just play, get a movie ticket. Yeah.
Yeah.
And get there and just that's when movie ticket. There, I think they're like maybe $3 or $4.
Yep.
Because they weren't first runs. We go in there, we start playing arcade games all evening long and forget about watching a movie. Because usually it's something crappy like Howling 2 or something like that. Something.
What was the theater in Clemson? Because I can't remember it now.
Astro.
It just hit me.
I spent many a wonderful evening in the Astro.
I spent hardly any money at the Astro.
Yeah. Especially when Tony worked there and he we'd have nighttime showings of movies just for us.
Yeah, that's cool.
There. Hey, dude, we get a call like, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Hey, man, we got these in. Want to come over and watch it at night? You were in the Astro Theater about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning watching a movie. We're the only ones there. Myself, Nate, Tony, and Adam. That was it. Just us.
Can't do that shit no more.
Gattaca, The Edge. I forget what all movies we watched there at nighttime. Just us. Nobody else. We didn't have to park out in the parking lot either. We just parked right there in the front door.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you didn't have to park. But I just know you have. Everybody would just give somebody a couple bucks. They'd get in, go in, open the side door.
Well, the hell, the movie only cost that butt to get into.
I know.
Now, admittedly, it was at the Astro. It's the only movie I ever got up and walked out of because it was just so bad.
What was it?
Surf Ninjas. Don't know who taught us into going to see that bomb. Leslie Nielsen movie. Not even 5 minutes into it, we were walking out the door.
You know, I've only ever walked out of one movie, and I don't even know if you ever heard of this movie, but it was back when 3D was the thing,
Piranha
right?
in 3D?
No, Parasite 3D.
Oh, God, that thing. Good Lord. You know where I saw that?
I literally was like, and I remember I for some reason I could remember the exact scene where I said, "What the fuck?" And it was this chick rolled over or looked into the camera and her fucking face exploded because the thing came out of her head. And I was like,
Yes.
I wasn't grossed out, but it was like, what the fuck is this? Like, God,
Drive-in theater down home. That's where we saw.
oh, jeez. But yeah, I'll never forget that shit. That's the only movie I've ever really just said, why in the fuck am I sitting here watching this? And I got up and left
There's
because it
still a
was just
drive-in
like
theater down in Beaufort, too.
dumb.
And they play
Well,
first run stuff, too.
there was one in Seneca, or yeah, right outside of Seneca for a long time, but it
Well,
didn't
don't they
show
still have
first run
that one?
movies. Well, it depends on the genre. It showed nudie flicks.
The one they had down in Charleston off Rivers Avenue as adult drive-in theater. Right in front of Rivers Avenue was the adult bookstore. You rent the movie, you buy the movies, buy all the paraphernalia, magazines, stuff like that. You drove past it to behind it, and that's where the drive-in theater was. Problem is right beside I-26. Well, there used to be trees and all kinds of stuff there. It would block the view of it. Something
Not
happened, and
anymore.
they had to cut trees down. And you're going down I-26 and even you look over and go, "Ha! Look, a blowjob." Just keep on going. It was actually they had some people actually had some wrecks from like the ooh, and then getting in a wreck on the road. I don't know if they actually closed them down or made them cover it up, but it didn't last too much longer after that.
That's funny.
look, look, honey, pretty lights and oh, there's a blowjob over there. Yeah, just keep going.
Pass on by. Yeah, yeah. Nah. As Christian would say, you just got your phone for that now.
Yeah, we ain't seen an idea. We should have called him.
Well, we're running so late.
Mm-hmm.
I figure I wouldn't mess with him tonight. He's coming back though. He told me he finally watched it and he goes, "Man, my volume kept coming in and out." And I said, "Dude, it had to be a combination of the background noise and your phone being wherever your phone was." I think a lot of it was the background noise because I think Amber and the kids were in there playing pool, or the kids were in there playing pool, but I could hear pool balls in the background. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
some
We'll
of those
figure it out.
little things we'll tweak out.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't worried about it. But yeah, God, thinking about well, hell,
Old,
the other day I
old
was digging
times and old
through.
places.
Um, I was cleaning out Pud's closet and found my tapes, my cassette tapes,
You told me about that, yeah.
and I was like, "Holy crap!" And I mean, it was like, "Wow!" And I mean, they're all there. I mean, it's like every Van Halen album from beginning to the last one that I bought on a cassette tape. I think that was, I don't know, might have been For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge was the last one I
Don't
bought
know.
on actual cassette tape. And then
Don't need to find a
I
cassette back for
remember,
you now.
well, no, but I remember I made a tape. Remember when Van Halen came out? This is when Sammy Hagar joined them, and they did Live Without a Net,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the VHS, and I
Mm-hmm.
bought the VHS, and at that time I had the component stereo system as well as everything else, so I had everything hooked together. I literally was able to take. Remember the long playing cassette tapes? I had a long cassette tape, and I synced it up and recorded the Live Without a Net onto cassette so I could listen to it in my car. That's been a
Cassette
long time
tapes.
ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We're not
Well, I mean, then
dating
I
ourselves
remember
here,
when
no.
dude, I remember when CDs came out, the first CD, what's the first CD you ever bought, or the first CD that was ever bought for you? Which one?
Honestly,
Yep.
Kiss,
Which one?
the Elder. Paul Hicks's favorite was bought
They
for
probably like,
me.
no.
The first one that I bought, was actually a set. ELO's Afterglow Greatest Hits.
Nice.
Four CD set. I still got it.
That's nice. The first, I still have all these. I'll never forget. It was for my birthday one year, and I had, like I said, I had the whole component system. You remember that system? I had it up
Yep, I
until
remember. Yeah.
forever and a day. But my dad went out and bought me a CD player, a Pioneer CD player for the system. I hooked it in, and he gave me 2 CDs for my birthday with it. One
Which
was
were?
AC/DC's Back in Black.
Mm-hmm. Good one.
And the second one, the soundtrack to Dirty Dancing. My sister went to the store with him. My sister, Michelle, went to the store with my dad to buy the stuff. So,
I'm trying to envision you in the shower singing, "I've had the time of my life." I just
well,
can't do it.
I
So,
looked at it like, what the hell is this? And my sister's like, oh, you'll listen to it. And I was like, no. She goes, well, I'm going to. I said, okay, whatever. I figured that one out. But yeah, AC/DC's Back in Black, probably one of the top 5 greatest albums ever done by any band. And yeah, the soundtrack to Dirty Dancing. Yeah, and it did, dude. That's just like Lewis, a very good friend of mine, manager. I'll never forget getting when he first came to the store, and it was me and Nate and him. And the first thing Nate said to him when he got there was he goes, "Hey Kelly," I said, "What?" He goes, "Ask Lewis about his love of Cher." And I was like, "What the hell do you mean love of Cher?" And as soon as he said that, he goes, "That was my wife's CD. God damn it, that's my wife's CD. She was in the car. She left it in the fucking car. That was her goddamn CD." So every time we would hear Cher over the intercom, we'd be like, "Lewis, Cher, shut up, asshole," you know.
share.
Cher,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And and we always had to point out, this is the guy that would go in to see Slayer. He was going to the Slayer concert. He was going to the Maiden concert. He was going to all the headbanging stuff. Yet Nate gets in his car one time and finds a Cher CD.
I tell you, a place I miss. You probably remember it also. Remember when Manifest Records was downtown Clemson?
Yep, I remember going to Poco. That's where Paul. That's actually where. No, Paul and I didn't meet at Poco, but Paul worked at Poco Records in Seneca. And like I said, that's where I used to go when I had when my day
Oh God,
off.
I probably met him a long time ago then. 'Cause I used to go there all the time.
Yeah, but I would go there on my day off and just hang out with him, and we would just sitting there and listen to music. And of course, back then that's when you had the big, super tall, like wall size speakers.
Yep.
And when there was nobody in the store and the manager was gone or the owner or whoever the hell it was, we'd see how fucking loud we could get shit.
Oh
But it
yeah.
was Paul. That was the best thing about that gig was I would go down there and start hanging out, and Paul would be like, "Oh, dude, you got to hear this. It just came in." And he'd throw a cassette because that's when cassettes were there. But he'd throw a cassette in and we jammed to it. And he's actually the one that turned me on to Guns N' Roses because I remember coming in and he goes, "Dude, we just got this in. I've been listening to it. We're going to start it over. You got to hear this." And it was Appetite for Destruction. And I bought it as soon as I heard as soon as I heard Welcome to the Jungle, I was like, shit, yeah, I'll buy a copy. So I bought a copy. And I wore that damn tape out.
Yeah, it was a Appetite for Destruction. There was the Spaghetti Incident, the Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, all those.
But the thing is they I mean, and I hate to say it, but for my money, and yeah, there was a lot of good songs on Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, and they had some other good stuff, but Appetite was their crescendo.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
no, that was a high
peaked
point.
with that album. That they pretty much peaked at that
Mm-hmm.
album, and then kind of just went downhill for my money. because they captured lightning in a bottle with Appetite.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it just kind of went downhill from there. Whereas, most bands, their first album kind of has one or two good songs and then they get better as you go.
Yeah.
But for me, Appetite was the end for them. It's just a good
Or
album.
you're just a one hit wonder and that's it.
Yeah, but I said that album was just good from beginning to end.
Oh, it was. It was.
I mean, it's just like I said.
I had Welcome to the Jungle. I had
Mr. Brownstone, Sweet Child of Mine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hell, I
Paradise
can
City.
Yeah.
Was Patience on that one, or was it on?
No, that was the Spaghetti Incident.
The Incident.
Yeah.
Because I always swap those two around all the time. Those stayed in the car.
Yeah.
Those always stayed in the car. One or the other. One or the other.
Now I'm going to have to pull that out and jam to it. I have to put it on an MP3 because I don't have a CD player anymore. But I have to pull that out and listen to it.
You know what's so sad?
What?
I got a cassette player down home.
Oh, I used to have one. I got rid of it, but I still had the receiver, the amp, the turntable, the dual cassette deck so I could record things, the CD player. I had all that shit. Had an equalizer. Had a standalone equalizer. I thought I was big shit when I bought that.
When I was growing up, Dad had the big console, the flip up lid that had the record player and the radio here, and the panels that slid back to uncover the speakers.
Hell, Lori's got one down there.
I think we blew the speakers out on that one.
There's one right across the road from me at Poppy's. With
Still
the
work?
turntable. Oh, hell yeah.
Mike hasn't got it hooked up to the concert speakers?
No. But I don't know if the record, I don't know if it still has a needle or not, because I remember that's what killed my whole vinyl thing was finding the right needle, because you couldn't find a needle. Because that was back when vinyl was going bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure you can find, which I don't have a turntable now anyway. But
you find them now because there's a lot of bands are actually putting out vinyl nowadays.
No, I know.
You see them more and more, yeah.
But you got to remember, vinyl went away when cassettes showed up. Cassettes went away when CDs showed up. But then and we're talking the original old school rap started, that's when turntables started coming back, because the original rap bands and rap groups were using turntables because they were doing the sampling, but they were also scratching at the same time. And that whole genre started. And that made turntables start to come back a little bit. But vinyl didn't come back, but the turntables did.
Mm-hmm.
Because the professional DJs but when CDs came out, all the DJs went to the CDs. But like I said, the rappers went to vinyl.
Yep.
Because they were scratching. And then they developed some technology where you can scratch a CD, which was cool. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was pretty wicked.
But
I still like it. I like that kind of stuff. I like that kind of techno music stuff. Not that bullshit that's out there now, but we're talking 80s. We're talking the 80s when music was music and men were men and women were women and you knew which one was which.
The big hair days.
Yeah. Like I said, you knew which one was which. But
yeah, the 80s. Right, where guys had big loosed up teased hair with eyeliner too.
Yeah. Yeah, the guys wore more eyeliner than their girlfriends.
Yeah, we knew our men were men. They just like to wear more makeup than the women.
Yeah,
when they were on tour.
Hey, they made money doing it, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, there is that, but still.
Yeah. All right. My food's here. I'm going to go eat now.
What are we having?
Inkies.
You're dead.
Yeah. I know.
I'm sorry. Suck idly uck.
That I did.
Tell me she was ordering Inkies earlier.
Well, you didn't ask.
You bastard.
Yep. Yeah, because you didn't ask. So I'm going to go eat dinner now. It's food. I'm not telling you.
You're number one. You're number
Yeah,
one.
I am number one. But
And that donut place ever open back up?
what place?
The one you tried taking us to that they were closed that day, right there beside Inky's.
The donut place?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been back there. I can find out though.
You
I'll
told
look it
me
up.
the stories of these donuts they served.
They do
How
are good
delicious
donuts.
they are when they're warm.
They are good. Ooh, my food smells good.
Oh, you suck. Go eat your food. Call it a night.
I'm going to. Yeah, but okay. So remember, everybody, like, subscribe, listen. if you listen to the podcast and you're on Spotify or even Facebook or YouTube, however you listen to it, if you have any comments about us, let us know. If you have ideas, if you have an idea or a suggestion, you're like, hey, why don't you guys shoot your shit about this? Whatever it is, leave us something, but we need likes, we need subscribes, and I need comments. But other than that, we're good. So
Yeah, we get to, as this proves, we can babble for days about nothing.
yeah, pretty
and
much.
do it well.
We try. But
And so, did you cross anything off the list for today's podcast?
Nope. Well, we gotta. Yeah, I mean, we touched on this, and this, but we're gonna do a full this, and this later. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah,
we ain't started yet.
I know we ain't started yet. Anyway,
Well, I've checked all mine off. All there was random babbling.
Like I said, Facebook, Spotify, not Instagram. Why the fuck did I say Instagram? I don't even have an Instagram.
Me neither.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram. No, I'm not gonna dance around and shake my ass. So I'm not on TikTok or
we're on Instagram. Just look up Josh Greer.
Yeah, I need to get a TikTok thing so we can get banned. We got to get it before the government shuts it down. Yeah. We can protest. We can make little flags and wave them in front of the camera. Don't touch down TikTok. It's like I told Lori, the only good thing about TikTok is boobs. Other than that, I ain't got a goddamn reason for it.
I have TikToks. I'm not worried about it.
I don't have it. I don't have it. I mean, I don't have it, but I mean, the shit shows up on my feed and Facebook. So I'm assuming that's where it all comes from. Hell, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not into that shit. I'm not down with it.
Oh God.
But anyway. It's like I tell Put all the time. I said, I have to ask her, I said, is that the street vernacular that you kids are using nowadays?
Hey, my man, I'm hip, I'm funky, I'm down with it.
I'm fresh, I'm fly. I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
They still tour?
The Offspring?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're actually touring now.
Are they?
Yeah.
All original members?
Yeah. As far as I know.
Let's go see them.
I would like to go see them again. I saw them back when they came out. I remember when Smash came out. That was a great album too. Anyway, let's not get into that. We got to get. All right, we'll get out of here. We'll do this again. Go eat.
Yep.
I will see you soon. Again, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube. My brain just went dead. Anyway,
you smell food. We understand.
Yeah, I smell food. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see y'all next time. This has been
marginal at best.
Meh.
Don't miss the start of the hostilities, Bat fans. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel.